Hi, my name's Andrew. I grew up in Greystanes, worked probably 10 to 12 years in the Parramatta area. The Parramatta River was formed 15 to 29 million years ago. The local Indigenous people named the area Parramatta, which in their translation means a place where the eels lay down. Long before European settlement, the Aborigines used to use the river for transport. In 1788, Governor Phillip landed 2 boats up in Parramatta River and started what then was the second Sydney settlement. The farms and agriculture that sprung up along Parramatta River played a significant role in feeding Sydney. When I was young, we used to go down to Parramatta River. We used to swim in the river at Parramatta Park. People used to fish in the river. I think they were only catching eels. We used to think Parramatta was busy because where I grew up there was chicken farms in the street. Parramatta was like the big smoke. As a landscape, there was only one real tall building at the top of O'Connell Street, and we could see that from Greystanes. It stuck out, and I think it's about 12 or 15 floors high. They've now got a building there that's 45, and they've got approval to build one that's 90, I think. Next year they're going to start building one that's 90 floors high. So the landscape of Parramatta has changed massively. Yeah, back in those days, Parramatta, well, the rivers especially, were a lot cleaner. Obviously there was virtually no traffic. We used to swim in the river, even Duck Creek. When it rained, we used to swim in Duck Creek. There were lots of crystal clear little pools, and when the water's flowing, we used to go down to Duck Creek and swim. As I got older, as the area grew and population increased, yeah, the river's just become filthy. You wouldn't swim in it now. You wouldn't let your dog swim in it now. Well, I skied in Parramatta River once, but I was coming back from the Harbour Bridge. I jumped out underneath the Harbour Bridge and I skied all the way back to Putney. But the rest of the river you couldn't ski in. It's all low boat speed. Parramatta had a Australia Day festival, and all the local businesses entered in competitions, like charity competition things. We jumped on a waterbed which is inflated just with air. We all had different teams. There was about 6 or 7 people on each waterbed. We had paddles and we put them in at George Street. The start line was Church Street, and we had to go down, had to paddle our waterbeds to the finish line. It was opposite what was the old David Jones building. We didn't make it. Local council are doing a lot of work to improve the quality of the water and the surrounding areas of the river, and hopefully be swimmable again by the year 2025. There's a $200 million plan to revitalise and redevelop Parramatta with boardwalks along the river, a quay, shops. The David Jones building is going to be redeveloped. That's right on the river. So it'll be great by the time all the redevelopment's done to be able to see people enjoying the river like I used to when I was a kid.